Let's talk about how much protein you should be getting to get shredded. There's some very good and convincing evidence that you need more protein as you are in a calorie deficit versus when you are in either maintaining or in a calorie surplus. Pause right here. We need to discuss this a little bit. One of the biggest misconceptions that people have is the belief that you need to have way more protein when you're gaining weight, when you're trying to aggregate muscle, than when you're losing weight and trying to preserve muscle. That is the exact opposite approach. I still believe that you should have a good bit of protein when you're trying to gain muscle, when you're in a bulk, but you need more protein when you are attempting to preserve muscle and lose weight. And again, it just has to do with energy balance. Calories themselves are tissue sparing. When you are in a calorie deficit, your body is drawing from both fat mass and lean tissue to complete its metabolic functions. Give your body more protein when you're in a calorie deficit. I'm going to get more into detail with this. Let's get back into the video. Before I get into this a little bit more, I just want to tell you that I did a series on this called Lean to Shredded. I'm going to link it at the end of this video. So if you want to see the principles put in place in real time, step by step by step, watch this video to the end, click that playlist, watch that. That way you can actually see somebody executing on these principles I'm going to talk about. But when you are in a calorie deficit, your body needs to draw energy from somewhere. Okay, energy is neither created nor destroyed, at least not anymore. And your body needs to basically draw that energy from somewhere when you're moving, when you're lifting, when you're basically just attaining your basal metabolic rate of breathing and having your heartbeat. Okay, that's how a calorie deficit works. You have less food coming in, so your body is drawing on tissue weight to actually continue to sustain the activity that you're doing. And hopefully you're also lifting weights. Hopefully you're doing a little bit of cardio because that's helpful as well. Usually, almost always, you want it to draw from fat mass, okay? But if you're not careful, it will draw from lean mass too. So in our case, we're talking about muscle tissue. I mean, when you're getting extremely lean, your body's almost certainly gonna draw some lean tissue away, unfortunately. But you can stave that off by basically providing a plethora of amino acids. So if your body needs to do something like grow its hair, grow its fingernails, and other things that amino acids are responsible for in your body, other cellular functions, if you can provide a plethora of amino acids, that decreases the chances that your body has to draw it from lean tissue and increases the chances that it'll just draw it from your digestive tract, what you're actually consuming. Pause again real quick. Another benefit to increasing your dietary protein when you are in a calorie deficit is it will help you recover faster in between workouts. And remember, like I talked about in the last video, how to lift to get shredded, the more quality work you can get in per week, quality sets hitting your muscle groups relatively heavy and relatively hard, the better chance you have of preserving as much lean tissue as possible when you're in a calorie deficit. So let's get back into the video and finish this thing up. So to get into a little more detail and how I actually executed on this. When I'm at maintenance calories, I basically have 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. If I get a little bit less, not an issue. As my carbs start to go down, I bump my protein up just a little bit, okay? So let's say when I was just lean and maintaining, I was having 170 grams of protein a day. By the end of my cut, I'm having around 210 grams of protein a day. Just to give you what I do, hard and fast numbers, by the end of my cut, when I'm in a deep calorie deficit, I'm getting about 1.25 grams of protein per pound of body weight. That seems like a lot, that seems excessive, and for a short amount of time, it probably is, but at the same time, I have good reason to believe, based off of different experts that I've talked to, based off of some research studies, I do believe that when you are in a calorie deficit, your protein needs to go up if your goal is to maintain lean tissue. And if you're watching this video on how to get shredded, that is your goal. Just to recap, as your calories go down, your protein should go up. I know that's hard because there are calories in protein, but you usually have to drop your carbs a little bit faster, unfortunately. But that's just the reality of getting very lean. Look, if you like the video, like the video. If you're interested in seeing more content like this, don't forget to subscribe. Right here, I'm gonna put that playlist, Lean to Shredded in 4 weeks. If you wanna see that, okay? If you wanna see these principles put into place, click that, watch the videos, you're gonna learn something. I'm Alex Wallace from A More Complete Beast. Like the video, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.